Hello, Comp 2. First of all, I just want to acknowledge again that in every bit of the situation being chaotic and not ideal and difficult to transition into, I just want to point out again that the fact that we came back together, shifted online, and jumped right into Othello, I feel like if you can make it through the end of this week, with some semblance of feeling like you did the reading, you watched the film, you made it through the essay, I can pretty much guarantee that starting next week, you will feel like you can take a breath and that the last month of this class will feel much more straightforward. We'll kind of have the poetry and short story readings each week. You'll know kind of next week what the rest of the semester is going to look like. I just want to apologize for the timing that jumping into Shakespeare when everything is just kind of turned upside down was not ideal. But I think that, again, if you feel like you can make it through this week, the other side of it, the final 4 weeks of class, will be much more transparent and manageable. So thank you for all of you who have jumped in, who've kept up. I'm seeing a lot of great posts in the forum now, so thank you. So this week we finish up Othello, and hopefully you are finishing up the reading now. You will be getting Zoom links, invitations to meetings on Wednesday at 9:30 and 12:30, depending on your class time. We will use that time to talk about Othello, discuss the play, what you've thought about it, some of your reactions, if you have any questions, and we will also use that time to discuss the writing assignment. So I'm asking you to basically on your own replicate an in-class essay over Othello using critical literary theory as kind of a guidepost. So you will see in the assignment, which you'll find on its own as a Word document, and then I've also included it in the assignment link where you'll go to upload your file. You'll see the parameters for the essay. Be thinking back to the in-class essay that you did at the beginning of the semester, which was a comparative analysis between Where Are You Going, Where Have You Been, and Greasy Lake. So this is the same idea in terms of the parameters, that as you sit and write, I encourage you to give yourself an hour. Use your textbook, use the text of the play. You'll want to quote the play itself 4 times. And you can use one of the articles that I've posted. So depending on whether you're looking at race or gender or psychoanalysis, depending on which lens you're looking at the play through, I've provided a source that can be helpful in terms of your reading. It's not required to use one of those sources, but I think it's helpful in practicing literary analysis, critical literary analysis, and I think it also is helpful for you as the writer to be able to use a secondary source to back up your argument. You don't need a works cited page. Again, this isn't an in-depth formal essay with a title page and an annotated bibliography like you just did. This is much more kind of in the same vein as a timed essay that, of course, I want you to be thoughtful about and show critical analysis skills, but I don't want you to kind of overwhelm yourself or spend too much time in the writing process. I want you to, again, kind of replicate that in-class essay assignment. I beg of you to not use other sources. You can reference the film, just be sure that you make it clear that you're referencing the film version. If we were in class together, I would let you have your book and an index card with a couple of quotes from the supporting source. So I am not in your rooms with you. I can't kind of make sure that you do that. And I didn't want to time the essay. I wanted to kind of, not make this too stringent, but I do ask of you, kind of the honor system, that you only use the text of the play, the film if needed, and if you find it helpful, one of those sources. So please don't use other sources. Please don't kind of look up what other people have said about that topic. I want to read and hear from your brain only about this. So please try to do the best you can to adhere to that. So by the end of the week, by Friday at midnight, I'll ask you to upload a Word document or a PDF in Moodle. So when you click on the assignment link, it will give you the option to upload a document. So please do that. Hopefully that all makes sense. You feel comfortable enough. Do your best, but don't overburden yourself. If you've read the play, if you've watched the film, you should be able to do this assignment. So hopefully all of you feel comfortable with that. And I really encourage you to dial in to the Zoom meeting to let me know if you have any questions. Call me, FaceTime me, email me, and we'll kind of go over any questions you might have. I'm managing my expectations. Remember that if this was a normal class, we would every day of class be watching and discussing the play together. So I just want you to do your best right now, knowing that these aren't ideal circumstances. You will notice, if you're ready to kind of think ahead, next week I've posted an assignment. It is titled Comp 2 Online, Literature Discussion Engagement Assignment. This is where I outline the schedule for the rest of the semester. So for each of our weekly Zoom meetings, we will have an agenda, and it's in there, and then I will also email you this. These are the readings from your text list that we will discuss together. I expect you to read everything, but here are the ones that we'll discuss in our Zoom class for that week. And then I'm asking you to have an addendum to your journal. So extending your journal and responding to 8 of the readings on the text list. So these can be brief reflections. Some of them might have discussion questions in the book you can use for guidance. I just want to, at the end of the semester, see you respond to some of the readings that you'll be reading in the next month. If you can't come to the Zoom meetings, then I will ask you to respond to a couple more texts per week. So you still have that level of discussion and engagement. So I'm hoping that that assignment makes sense. I would like for you to look that over. Again, it kind of starts next week, but I'm thinking and I'm hoping that that is a good way to make sure that you still are engaged for the rest of the semester, but it's not punitive if you can't come to the Zoom class, and you can still be engaged with the literature that we're reading. So let me know. Let me know if that looks kind of manageable, if it makes sense. We'll talk about it more early next week, but if, again, you want to get a feel of what's to come, go ahead and look at that link. So basically, we won't be doing discussion forums in Moodle. You will be reflecting independently on literature from the text list, and we'll be using our Zoom classes to talk about specific readings from the text list. So let me know. Hopefully that's manageable and it makes sense and it's fair, but I'm definitely open for feedback. So let me know if you have any questions. I hope that you've enjoyed the film version of Othello and that you've read along with it and found that now that you're finishing up the play, that it gets easier and easier to read, and what a cool experience that is. So hopefully you're finding all of those things to be true. Please dial in tomorrow, either at 9:30 or 12:30, and we will, again, discuss the play and also the writing assignment that I'm asking you to do at the end of the week. So again, let me know if you need anything, and I will look forward to talking to you soon.